Hello and welcome to SBC.
What to do if you have a broken old solar light? Well, why don't you just turn it into a solar battery charger? Free energy that works from the sun. Today I want to show you how to turn one of those old solar LED lights into a solar battery charger. Yeah, and now let's start with this very crappy solar light from Christmas. I bought it 2 years ago in a dollar store or a €1 store, like we call them here in Germany, because we pay with euros. Yeah. And the first thing to notice is it is very faded. This whole thing was red when I put it out. Even the candy cane bottom part is slightly faded. And as we see, it got wet. Yeah, well, the only intact piece is this one here. So, let's open it up. Boing. Rusty and damaged. Okay, let's go. We unscrew it. Hope it is screwing. Oh, it's very rusted. I think I will need a nice screwdriver on this. So, let's open it. But let's try to open it. It's very, very rusted. I'm not sure if we are able to turn the screws without a bit of help. No. They are completely they are too rusted. But this is not a problem. I show you a little trick. So now the screws are removed and I'm prying it open to take a look inside. And this is the first time I see this particular light. And what I see is it uses a AAA battery, which is actually quite good because this makes it very easy to adapt for our battery charger purpose. So what we see inside here is, of course, the LED, a transistor and a resistor. What I do now is, well, first of all, I remove this little battery It is still wet from the vinegar, so I don't try to touch it. And yeah, the inside is still red. The outside is completely faded for some reason, but it did have the same color as the inside when I had put it out. So yeah, quite interesting. So, and what we have here is actually a little battery charger by its own. And here the resistor, transistor and the resistor, LED, it controls all the things. So the only thing we have to do now is we have to remove these battery contacts, just like this. They come out very easily. This actually came out too easily. The wire broke loose, so we have to fix this later. And yeah, this is the only thing. The only thing we have to do now is we have to connect those wires with the battery charging unit, so called battery box. And then the solar panel will charge it all. Yeah, actually, let's check it. So, let's see if this thing is still working. I mean, it was laying out there in the wet grass and sand and dirt for almost 2 years, so let's see if this thing is still running. So I hope you can see the display from my multimeter here, and yeah, it is working. So surprisingly, the solar panel and electronics are still good. And now my little assistant will help me to bring this panel into focus. Yeah, okay. Okay, now let's check it here on my window under direct sunlight, or at least daylight. Bright sunlight is not easy to find in this time of the year here in Germany. So let's hook it up to my multimeter and see how much energy it actually produces. If I ever manage to clamp it on here with this stupid high voltage protection things here on. Okay, just like this, and there we go. It even shows a number without it being directly pointed to the light, and if we turn it around, we see it outputs nearly 2 volt, 1.48 without direct sunlight, so that's actually quite good. And I think we really should be able to charge a battery with this, or some batteries. And of course it will take its time. But okay. Yeah. And first of all, I'm using something like this already to charge batteries, what I will show you in a moment. But first of all, I hope we will be able to charge more than one battery with this thing. So I wanted to charge 2 batteries that I can later use then in my Walkman. And now let's switch over here just simply to my current solar charging setup for one AAA battery. Yeah, it's just sticky taped onto the window and the sun is charging it. And now let me explain you how to build it by drawing a schematic. Okay, we have the solar panel and the battery, and there's one more thing we need besides of the battery holder. We need one of those. This thing is called a diode. It's I parted it out of a old light bulb. And what this thing does is, practically, it works like a valve. It lets current flow only in one direction, but not reverse. So, what we do now is, we have our solar panel. And when the sun shines on it, it creates power that flows just like this, flip, flip. And of course we have a minus where the power flows back. So far so good. Now we use the diode and put it in here. Zack, zack, zack. There it is. And it allows power only to flow in this direction, but not back. And that's important because next thing is the battery. Plus and minus. It's connected here. And, well, that's it. Schwupp, schwupp, schwupp. So simple it is. Power goes in and charges the battery. And, yeah, finished. But the power can't go back and light up the cell because of the diode. Yeah, and that is technically the thing. And if the power isn't enough to charge the battery, you just add another solar panel to it. It's as simple as this. And it should work like this. And by the way, a diode and a LED, where LED means light emitting diode, are actually the same thing, besides that this thing doesn't light up. But LEDs also don't let power go through in one direction. And this is why if you reverse the wires, they don't work. And as you see here, we have two minus sides on top, down here minus, and two plus on top. And here is a little wire, it's insulated with tape, that connects those together and to ground, and both plus are connected here with this little wire. Now this is because, well, you can't put them in like this, like here in this one, where they are after the other. They have to be by side. And as you see, we actually produce 1.3 volts out of all the light that comes out from this little switchy thing. And if we switch it off, it's off. And yeah, it's LED lighting in here, so we don't get much energy out of the display. But if we go to a more sensible setting, you see it actually produces power and will therefore charge the battery. Power, no power. Light, darkness. Yeah. And, well, the sun does the rest. Just leave it out for a couple of days, depending on how much sun you have. Not much sun here in Germany, but it works. And yeah, after the batteries are charged, put them back in the box and it works. Mobile wrapping, DIY, upcycling, battery charger. important safety warning. This type of charger is only meant for nickel cadmium batteries. If you try to charge a lithium ion battery, it will blow up and burn your house down and kill your family. So, look it up. Those are the ones you will be able to charge with this kind of charger. But don't try to charge lithium ion batteries. Those ones need a special charge controller.